Hey, Mr. French here. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a pyramid that is just floating above you, how to make a pyramid that's sitting on the ground, how to make a house with a sloping roof, and how to make a sidewalk in perspective. So let's learn how to do it. All right, you guys, so here we are with our cube that we could actually change into a house with a sloping roof. You know, there would be a triangle right here, so there would be a wooden truss, another one over there, then the roof would be sloping down. And of course, that would be right smack in the middle, so the weight's divided evenly. So how can we find the middle of this? Because it's going back in perspective. And you can't really just take a ruler and measure halfway down because we know the front part of it looks bigger than the back part, you know? So the way to find the middle, super easy. You just go ahead and bisect this thing by connecting the corners, okay? So look at this. That's going to be going right smack through the middle. And of course, when you go through the other corner, that's going to be going right smack through the middle. And voila, there it is. So this is going to be the middle in perspective. So then we just want to go straight up, of course, from there. And remember, if you don't have tools like this, you know, if you don't have a ruler or a triangle, you can use what you find around your house, you know, just grab a book or a magazine. Look at this. With this book, you can definitely get a straight edge because look, it's a 90-degree angle right there. So you can just line that up on the top of your paper or the bottom of your paper and then slide it over. And lo and behold, things will be going straight up. So check it out. I can just go straight through that line. I can go up as far as I think that, you know, roof line would be. So look at that, it's going straight up there. You know, if you don't have any books or magazines, you probably have some tissue. Go ahead, same kind of thing there. You can line this up on the edge and get straight up and down lines with a tissue box. You know, you can get your long straight lines going back to vanishing points. So please don't tell me you can't find a straight edge. There's definitely stuff. Just get a box of spaghetti, whatever you can find. So we know that this one's going to be going up this way. So we can go ahead and connect that on the side here for the corner. And then on the other side, right over here. Of course, you know, the front part looks bigger here because it's closer to us. This one's smaller looking because it's going back in the distance. So then to figure out the top of the roof, of course, we need to know the middle of this one over here. And so we've got to use our X-ray vision to be able to see that little rectangle in perspective back there because we didn't draw it, you know, inside out. So no problem. We can just go ahead and draw from this edge right here so we can see inside that house right there. Just bring that back this way. And then for the top part, you know, it's going to come straight down from here. So you can just go ahead and get your, here, let's use the book. Just go ahead and, you know, get yourself a straight, you know, right angle right there. Lining this up perfectly. And then bring that down. Slide that over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be the other wall over there. So then all I got to do is make the X to find the middle of that, bring it up, and then connect them, going to the vanishing point, okay? So this one's going to go down here. We make our X, down there, and then we make our other X over here. So there's the exact middle of that in perspective. So then, of course, we just go straight up and, you know, keep it nice and light because you may actually, you know, you're not going to know exactly how high up it goes. You got to erase part of it on the top there. So then to connect them, you know, always go to the vanishing point. Alrighty. So here's our vanishing point. Here's the top of this one over here. We're going to make it even. When it hits that, boom, there it is. Okay, so that's the other part of it. We can just get rid of this thing right there. We didn't need that much. And then we can just connect this one coming down. And we have got that baby in perspective. We got the roof of the house right there. So then, of course, you know, you could go ahead and erase the stuff on the inside here because we can't see through the roof. And, you know, you can add shingles to it. It could have, you know, whatever you want on top of the roof right there. And you can shade that in, make it a lot of roofs have dark shingles up there. Maybe it's going to be a light color. Who knows? But, you know, this would be your roof in there. You could even make the shingles going in perspective, you know, over in there. Of course, you know, you would do it exact and not just like roughly sketching it in like I'm doing right there. And of course, you would do the same thing in here. You can get rid of this over here. And then you can go ahead and, you know, if you want to put a window over there, maybe up in the attic, there's going to be a window up there. You know, whatever you might want to include on your house. Maybe there's no window right there. It's up to you. Okay, so then we've got a house with a sloping roof right there. And then let's imagine, okay, we're going to have a little bit of grass in front, a little bit, and a sidewalk there too. So a sidewalk is really just a bunch of stuff that is like a bunch of little pieces that are just like that, only smaller. Okay, so you know, it's so easy. You just follow the same guidelines. Let's say we're just going to make, maybe this has just got a tiny little front yard. We're just going to bring out about that much grass right there, and then we're going to go ahead and bring it over here, go back that way. Okay, so that's just a little grassy area right there. Then we're going to go ahead and make our sidewalk. And for the sidewalk, we'll bring that down. Maybe we'll make that just slightly wider there. Okay. Alrighty. So then our sidewalk, we'll make that come actually all the way over here. This would be even better like this. Bring this all the way down for the edge of the sidewalk. There it is. Okay. And then for the other side, here is our sidewalk. And voila. Okay. So, you know, for this sidewalk, to make the sections of it, you know, you can't just randomly make some lines in there. They're all going to go to the vanishing point. When they're on this side, they go to this point. When they're on this side, they go to that point. All right? So take your time with it. Don't, if you just make random lines right there, it'll look like it's angled the wrong way. Remember, it always either goes straight up or to the vanishing point. So let's go ahead and make some lines over on this side. The sidewalk, we've got this one right here. That'll just come out like that. And then we'll just have another one next to it. What you could do is, you can actually just mark this every so often, but don't make them the same thickness every time, because, you know, as you go further back, they're going to be getting a little bit smaller. So make sure that they're gradually getting closer and closer together there as you work your way back. Okay, so then you just line it up, and it's going to be going back to your vanishing point every time. The golden rule: it's either straight up or it goes to your vanishing point. And, you know, after a while, you don't necessarily have to make it go all the way there. If you know what you're doing, you can go ahead and simplify matters and just make the line right there. Just make sure it's definitely right over here on the dot. Okay, that'll save you some erasing time. So, you know, make sure that for my rough drafts you're doing for me, if you're one of my students, that you include the guidelines for all your main structures. But, you know, once you get the hang of doing sidewalks or other little things or windows or whatever, you don't necessarily need the guideline in there for every single thing. Okay, so you can see this is going back in perspective. And then, you know, you can get the edge of it too. It's going to have a thickness. It's not going to be totally flat. So give it a, you know, a little step right there, so it can be stepping up. And there we go. So you can see that little edge right there. And of course, you know, then this would be just coming straight down, you know, for these guys. And if you were into it, you know, you could draw a little gutter down here. You know, you might have a little drainage place. There's all sorts of things that you could be doing. But, you know, you just do the same kind of thing over here. Okay, so actually, yeah, let me just do that faster. Watch this. Okay, there we go. So we got both sides. How about that? So then let's say that maybe your neighbor has a pyramid-shaped house. You know, this is a fantasy world in perspective. You can put whatever you want in there. Let's learn how to make pyramids, because pyramids are cool. Maybe there's going to be a pyramid floating up above you in the sky, some kind of bizarre spaceship. There could be pyramids anywhere you want to put them in there. And, you know, you don't have to put in a pyramid, but it might be kind of fun. To make a pyramid, it is super easy. What you would do is, first of all, you're going to go ahead and make just the leading edge of the pyramid. Imagine the bottom of it. So let's go ahead and put one sitting back here. Make this one going back this way. Yeah, let's just make a little one right here. Okay, and then we'll do the other back side, coming right out this way. Here we go, like that. And then let's get it going like right about here. Okay. So this would be the base of our pyramid right there, okay? You always start with the base for a pyramid. You don't start with the leading edge, because the leading edge of a pyramid is actually going back at a weird angle. You're not really sure what that is, but it's easy to find it because you know that it's kind of like this thing over here, you know? Everything comes to a point and it's right in the middle of this thing right there. So you just do the same thing you did over there. You go ahead and make your X's, okay? Just find the middle by making one corner connect to the other, and then you just go straight up, just like you did before, okay? So here it is in perspective, the middle of that thing, and then you can just go ahead and make that thing going straight up from there, as tall as you want that pyramid to be. Maybe it'll be skinny and tall, maybe it'll be shorter and fatter. Why don't we bring it up about, oh, I don't know, let's put it right here. Okay, so that's gonna be the tip of it. That's exactly in the middle of this, up above it. So then all you gotta do is just connect this point to the corners that you can see. So we got one right there, and we got one connecting right here, and then we got the other one connecting right back here. Voila. So there we've got it. You can see this pyramid is actually sitting on the ground in perspective next to that house right there. Alrighty. You can only see the two sides, of course, because you know you can't see underneath there, and you can't see the sides on the other side there. So there it is in perspective. Alrighty. Maybe you wanted to have one floating up there. You can do that too. That would be awesome. Just go ahead and make yourself the bottom of it first, just like we did before. Only this time, we're going to be able to see underneath it. We'll be able to see that bottom. So, because, you know, it's up above our eye level. So then we'll go over here. Okay, so then just bisect that. Go ahead and get your corners crossed. Right to there. And then right to here. Okay, so here's the middle of it. So then all I gotta do is just go straight up from that point. Line that up, so we're going straight up. Here we go. Okay, and then just connect your sides here by going from the tippy top to each corner. And the last one. And there it is. Okay. So then, see this, of course, that was just a guideline there. Get rid of that. And then all this junk in here, you can get rid of all of that. These were just guidelines, too, to help you construct it. And there you've got a pyramid in perspective, hovering above the landscape here, the urban landscape, the suburban landscape, whatever kind of place this is. All right. So, you know, you could just shade that in to make it look solid. It could look hollow. However you wanted to do it. You know, maybe the light's up here, so, you know, that would be darkest underneath there. And then, you know, it would be lightest where it's facing that light, so that, you know, I could keep that fairly light. Maybe just like a tiny little bit of hatching over there. And then over here, it could be like medium, you know, a little bit darker since it's getting some of the light, but not as much as on the other side there. There it is. Alrighty. So have some fun with it. Hope you enjoy it. You know, you can put whatever you want in there. And can't wait to